All right, we are live. Um, Originally, I was planning on playing Jarl today, if you saw the thumbnail. But I think I want to play Victor. We have the Battle Hardened in Milwaukee this weekend, and I was pretty set on playing Verdance. But the past few weeks, I've been playing her, and something's just not feeling the greatest. The deck feels very awkward. Sideboarding's very weird. All of the slots feel necessary, so it feels hard to take cards out when you want to put certain cards in. And for a lot of the games, it feels like you're kind of stumbling through most of the game and then you just like find a win. And I wasn't loving the way that it felt when I played it. I really like the hero and I really like the deck, but I don't know if I want to take it to the Battle Hardened. So I was going to use tonight to play Jarl because there was the list that won. I think it was a Battle Hardened. I don't remember where, but it got first place, and it's a more ice focused build. Still has some Earth cards that you can play your Oakenolds. And I was planning on playing that just to see if that felt better, and if it did, I was probably going to switch to that. But I took Victor to my armory yesterday and went 3-0, and it kind of got like a sparklet under me. I really like Victor. I think he's a lot easier to play than Verdance and Jarl are. His game plan is pretty straightforward. And there was a list that went, I think, 8-4 in Sao Paulo. And this is very, very close to that list. I took that list and I made a couple changes based off of my personal preferences, but they're very minor. So I think we're going to play Victor instead tonight. And we'll see how that goes. Depending on how the stream goes, I may end the the flesh and blood portion a little bit early, and then maybe just end on um, playing like a different game. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I've been enjoying the Bazaar a lot, so I know a lot of people probably don't know what that is, but I think it's a lot of fun. So this is the Victor list. This is very close to the list that went 8-4. I don't remember the person's name that got that record, so apologies. But it's pretty standard looking. You got your 4 for 8s, your CNCs. He's running 3 main deck Crush the Weeks. You got your E strikes. Um, One difference that I changed, these two or two of these blue Clash of Mights were boulder drops in his list. Um, I was never a huge fan of boulder drop. Like it is a decent blue pummel target, but I think I probably just want to be clashing a little bit more. So I added in 2 blue Clash of Mights to bring it to 3. And then in the sideboard, he's running Crown of Dominion, the Nullrune Gloves, the Sledge, and the Snapdragon Scalers. The Sinks and the Zealous Beltings are the same, but these 4 are different. 2 of these were Cut Through the Facades, and then 2 of them were Erase Faces. The Cut Through the Facades were, like, I think they're fine. I don't think they're amazing right now. And then the Erase Faces, they're okay. I like Scar for a Scar into certain matchups that we need to be like really aggressive into, like Enigma. So if we want to try to rush down an Enigma, I think these will help. And then the Oasis Respites, I was thinking maybe for protection against like Verdance combo. These are probably the 2 slots in the deck that are the most up in the air for me. I could see these being something else. I don't mind Erase Face, but I don't know if maybe there's something better. So this is what we're going to be playing tonight, and we can just go ahead and jump into a game. Really excited for the Battle Hardened. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. My team is going to be likely a Mario, and then James is going to be on Florian. The snaps are for when you need to be aggressive. It lets you do like E Strike 7 with Go Again or E Strike Draw a card. Whenever you have to do E Strike Go Again in this deck, it's not the best value. You're essentially doing 2 card 5 with Go Again, which is pretty underrated. But if you're able to do E-Strike draw card and then snap it. It's essentially a one card 5 with go again, and then you still have the rest of your hand to maybe send like a Spinal Crush and like pummel it. So the value just ends up being higher. Ethan says, I think you should follow your heart. I don't know, man. Right now, my heart is pointing towards Victor. I think Victor's like pretty good into the aggro decks too. Like, I don't think he has the worst matchup into Aurora. He's probably pretty good into Syndra. The Fang matchup felt pretty okay. I know there was a Fang that I think went completely undefeated over the weekend. The real struggles would be Enigma and New. And I don't know how popular either of those are going to be this weekend. I know they're still strong, but I don't know how represented they're going to be. I think with the amount of representation that Aurora has brought recently, like Victor doesn't seem that bad. They can still high roll you. So if they find like two really big arc lightning turns early on, um, there's not much you can do about that. Prism is supposed to be okay. Good luck, have fun. I probably want to bring the snaps. I think we're gonna try to rush down the prism, but we're gonna have more life than they are, so we're not gonna want the scars. We'll bring in the beltings, and we'll take out maybe the. Yeah, I'm thinking about sideboarding. What do we cut? I kind of want to cut one of these block cards. They have pretty high attack. Let's cut the trances. Ethan says, I think Victor's sweet right now. And that way we all can't pair into Enigma and New. That's true. That's true. There is a limit on how many of each hero can be in a team. So you can only do one of each. Yeah, supposedly this matchup isn't as bad as it was anymore, with them losing tomes. I think you can technically still get ALS looped, but it's not supposed to be as bad anymore. And with them starting at 32, we can try to rush them down. I think I think some victors have also been able to fatigue. Them starting on library is pretty rough, not gonna lie. It's kind of crazy that they drew that turn one. Is this a turn where we want to burn the snaps right away? I don't think it's a good follow-up. We're basically blind drawing on the E-Strike. So I think maybe we just send the Thunderquake for 8, arsenal this, and then try to find something better. Yeah, this is a bit of a high roll on the Prism's end. Like one card in their 60 card deck, and they happen to have it in their opening hand. They took 8 damage. This visit's going to be turned on. Herald of Triumph coming in for 5. So we're going to use this blue. We're going to play Visit. We're going to draw a card. We'll have 2 floating. 2 floating. And then if we draw, say, a red, we could still go maybe E-Strike for 7, Arsenal. Draw red. I think we'll block with the Spinal Crush. Hmm. Yeah, Wyatt, I think that you need to present this equipment suite against a Prism to be more aggressive. Like the crown helps get your visit the Goldmane Estates online from the first one, and then the Snapdragon Scalers with the E-Strike is just good value. So if you need to be on that aggro plan, I think that this is just what you need to be doing. Passing Mirage is kind of annoying. Let's play the visit here. We're gonna do a Clash of Might. Um, I don't hate using the floating two to draw a card. E-Strike bottoming the Clash of Might for Go Again to point it at them. And then with our Go Again, we can swing the hammer at the Passing Mirage, arsenaling the Golden Sun. Golden Sun with 3 mites on the board is decent. So we're going to bottom this Test of Strength. We're going to do... Or we can draw a card and then send 10 overpower, present 15 damage to them. I think we need to get the Passing Mirage off the board. All right, we're going to Arsenal the Golden Sun. We have poppers. We don't have a way to use the rouse. This might be our pitch for the Golden Sun. They do have cards in their deck that shrink the power of our poppers, so that's something that we need to consider. I don't remember the name of the card, but I think it gives. I think they play yellows, and I think it gives the card like -3 attack or something. Another War Tune. Yeah, we'll present another popper here. So I think we're gonna try to arsenal this rouse. Angelic Retribution, is that what it's called? So we'll use Tunic, pitch the Debilitate, and then play the Golden Sun. This will be coming in for 13 overpower. We'll Arsenal a Rouse and then try to get an aggressive turn going following that. If we find a really strong hand after we Arsenal this Rouse, we may just let them hit us. They are not blocking at all. This is unfortunately not a really strong hand. They're popping the Dreamweavers, coming in for 6. I believe there's also a buff that they play sometimes that gives a Herald plus, and I think it's for 3. So we might be expecting this to come in for 9. So we're going to block for 10. And then we do have our backup popper if needed. It's possible that I should have kept the Spinal Crush and blocked with the CNC, I think. That way, if they do have the one that shrinks the power, the one that actually has Phantasm, I think the Spinal is the only one that gets us out of it because it would still be 6. Hmm. Looks like they got their action point. They just let it pop, it looks like. Yeah. Hmm. So they didn't get their action point back with footsteps. They're going to Halo. Not quite sure what we're doing here. They got Erudition, playing Genesis, and they're going to Arsenal off the Ponder. We have to pop this Genesis. This thing just presents like way too much value. Don't hate this hand. If we really, really wanted to, we could let this hit us and then present 7 go again, pummel it for 11, and then follow up with the hammer. If I block with the Cranial Crush, it's going to shrink the attack down to 7. Yeah, I don't think this is the turn. Okay, so he's going to shrink it. Celestial Reprimand, that's the name of the card. So we might be looking at Titan's Fist at them and then pummel. If they flip Erudition, we need to clear the Erudition. It looks like that's what they're doing. Oh no, they flipped the protection. Okay. All right, this is coming in for 4. I think we're okay with just taking this. And then we're going to pop the Erudition. Attack action cards while defending Herald of Triumph. So this should still be a 6 on the Erudition. Do we want to IP the Pummel? I'm thinking no. Sand seems okay. We can present a 4-card 15, and then Arsenal is Zealous Belted. Pitch Rouse to play Rouse, reveal 16 power, use Tunic to send 8. This could be the turn that we don't block. He's essentially at 9 right now with the 3 Spectral Shields. So if we present enough damage over that, he's going to have to start blocking us. He can flip this one to go to essentially 13 life. Okay, so he flipped Erudition. And he just passed. That's pretty good for us, I think. We want to attack Prism. Playing Arclight. That's okay. Hey, Cusco, how's it going? We're trying to beat a Prism right now. Hmm. I think we do still want to put the Zealous belting in Arsenal, so we'll pitch the. Do we want to hang on to the choke slam? I think we might, because we're not using our tunic at all this turn. Um, if we draw into a blue, two blues lets us go Zealous belting into chokeslam. Because we even then we don't need to use our tunic. Doing all right. They just accidentally posted the Maxx armory deck video and deleted it. Do we have receipts? Do we know what the cards are? Looks like they're thinking about giving us the footsteps for good here. And then the Ravages will take out the Spectral Shield, so they're still going to keep the Erudition. Oh, did you? I haven't looked yet. Yeah, I think we're going to keep the Macho Grande in hand. We'll attack the Arclight, Arsenal, the Zealous Belting. Erudition for 4, we're just going to say no blocks. They send a Herald at us. It's a pretty easy pop here. They don't have the footsteps anymore. I feel like we're in a pretty good position. They're just going to play Passing Mirage. Um, Maybe we were supposed to play the Golden Sun there. If we pitch the two reds, play the belting, the blue pays with the tunic pays for the Golden Sun, coming in for 15 total. 5 card 15 is not that impressive though, but okay, so they let the Erudition go. I guess at least this way we still get a Crush the Week in Arsenal. So they should need to give us at least 2 cards to stop this. 1 3 block is still 5 damage coming through. All right, let's see these spoilers. Yep, there's the 2 cards. All right, I need to pay more attention to those spoilers. I can't just quickly glance at those. They're going to play a Genesis. That's fine. We're going to try to go for the win here with the Command and Conquer Hummel line. This would prevent. It is technically more damage if we try to pummel the Crush the Weak, but if they are on Soul Shield, we don't want them to be able to play it. So, Command and Conquer. They are blocking 9. This will take it to 10. They would go down to 2, and they would have to discard a card. I think I'm okay with that trade. We bottomed one pummel earlier, so we have one left coming up. There it is. And with this hand, we can we can play the crush of the week, pitching the blue, and then pummel off the two reds. All right, so they flipped their Bologna. We're just going to continue to attack them. So this soaks up 4 of the damage, so 3's coming through. If they give us 1/3 block, they theoretically are good, but we have the pummel. They're going to give us 2 3 blocks, though. All right, they're going to give us 3 blocks. So if we pummel here, we are clearing the Bologna. I don't think we pummel. All right, now we're going to overpitch this test of strength to the CNC. We're going to have 2 floating. Again, threatening pummel. They kind of have to keep giving us like a bunch of cards. And I think we're mostly stalling until we find an E-strike, because we'll be able to present a turn that's just way bigger than what they can block with. If they keep giving us like 3 card blocks on every attack because they're scared of the pummel, I think we'll get them. So essentially, they're saying right now I'm only taking the spectral shield. So if I want to pummel them, I'm basically trading the pummel for the Bologna. I don't think I want to trade the pummel for the Bologna. Man, really need that Enlightened Strike. It's also hard for them to lead on a Herald, because if they do, we pop it and they don't have their boots. But they are. Oh, that's right. They don't have Phantasm. Hey, Sage, how's it going? Yeah, they have the passing. All right, so they're just passing. They're able to gain a lot of life here. I think we've seen two of our three tests of strength, so we might be drawing into one. That'll help us cover up a Herald pretty well. Only one of the three E-strikes, though. And I think just one of the three Zealous beltings, too. So this block would still get through the Spectrals and the Bologna. This doesn't get through anything, but I'm okay with them only having one card in hand. So there's a test of strength and a Zealous belting. We've also only seen one visit so far. All right, he's flipping another Herald and passing. Hmm. We'll attack him with the belting. I think I might have to pummel this and then hammer down the passing mirage. He's almost out of cards in deck, so we don't want to let him. And he's blocking with the passing. Hmm. All right, so he's almost fatigued. We've seen two soul shields. He might have drawn back into one here, but if he does, he only has one card in hand. I think we're going to pummel this, try to clear out some of these spectral shields and maybe one of these angels with it, and then kill the passing mirage. And that's the third passing. And with only 14 cards left in deck, I think we might be able to just fatigue him. He probably gets rid of the Bologna and keeps the Avalon. Yeah. He put a Wrath into Soul. So we've seen one of those so far. There's a blue. I think we've only seen one reprimand, two reprimands, one soul shield. He's gonna play an arc light, arc lightning, arc light sentinel. That one. I think we maybe want to IP this cranial crush as a popper. So let's play. Maybe we should have held this in Arsenal. This is actually a better Arsenal. Arsenal the belting. All right, there's the E strike. There's another Angelic Wrath. So they're slowly getting rid of all of their tricks. So two reprimands, two yellow wraths, one blue wrath. He's attacking for 4. Go again. I think I just say no blocks against this. He put Figment of Erudition on top. Protection is going to get a popper. So we can go E strike, bottom, choke slam, draw a card, snaps it, zealous belting, 1 floating. We will have a random card in hand from the E strike. Worst case, if it's a red, we have 1 floating. We pitch the red and the tunic to swing Titan's Fist after. And that is 14 damage off of 4 cards. That's not too bad. Draw a card. Golden Sun's pretty good. I think we're just going to play the Golden Sun and overpower it. Um, Actually, hit undo. Tunic. Golden Sun. All right, 10 overpower. He's already has 6 on the board. And he had no blocks in hand. Good game to the opponent. That felt pretty good. I mean, definitely there's still very much a world where like we lose this matchup, but it doesn't feel like an auto lose like it used to. It used to feel awful because they would just loop you, and it was like nothing you could do about it. But I feel like we can rush them down pretty effectively. All right, let's keep going. I feel like winning my first one against Prism is kind of making me want to play this on the weekend. Into an Oscilio. What do we do into Oscilio? They do have attacks. Probably want to go first. Does 1 AB even matter into Oscilio? Do we also want to rush them down? I'm gonna let them know we're thinking. Spoilers. Okay, after this game. After this game, we'll look at the spoilers. Um, God, does the AB even matter? I'm gonna bring it. I don't like it, but I'm gonna bring it. Are they going to be more aggressive than we are? Probably. Do we want to try to be aggressive? The scars, the beltings. I think Crush the Weak is probably like it just doesn't matter against them, so maybe we swap those for the beltings. You wouldn't unless you can bring AB3. That's fair. I could see that. This hand's okay. We get to pull cards from them. You either run AB3 or 0 into Oscilio. Okay, so I'll note that for next time if we play into one. We do leak 1 damage on turn 1. 1 whole damage. I like my clash chances. Yeah, let's clash. I reveal the trounce. I will not destroy a gold. He's going to be drawing a card. Well, we have the cards, so we're just going to go ahead and pitch here. I'm going to get the spoilers pulled up over here. That way I don't forget about them after this match. He's blocking for 2. So we are going to get the arsenal. What was it? Sink below. We are not going to miss this clash. Right? Damn it. I can't. I can't break the shield for nothing. Yeah, I'm okay with him drawing a card. That's fine. So there should be a visit on the top of our deck for the purposes of stop doing things. I'm trying to read. Rouse reveals null shock. Okay. We'll say no AB. So he's arsenaling a Gone in a Flash, I think. Go E strike, bottoming E strike for go again, and then follow up with a choke slam. It's actually blocking. It's gonna somersault it back. Yeah, I feel like the AB was wrong. All right, we want to clash. Blink. He's going to get an action point and return Gone in a Flash. Mm, I'll say no blocks. So Gone in a Flash. Back in the arsenal. Let's make some Might tokens. And then play a Spinal Crush. We will put the Command and Conquer in the arsenal. It will hopefully be buffed by the Might tokens on our next turn. All right, he's going to pick up the Sigil of Brilliance. Is he getting crushed here? He is. He doesn't necessarily need Go again if he can just generate action points. He's probably looking to use the Lightning Greaves this turn, maybe. Next time you. Yeah, I think this is going to be a Greaves turn. Oh no, that won't work, right? Because instants get Go again. I don't know if Spinal Crush action cards, action abilities. Yeah, that would get around Spinal Crush. Let's go ahead and block here. So Blast says the next time you play an instant card this chain link, you may return an aura permanent with cost 1 or less. So he's going to be looking to draw another card here. He may not end on an arsenal, so this Command and Conquer may not be as good as we think. It might be best to try to set up a Golden Sun instead. So I'm going to use the Crown of Providence here, and we're going to bottom the Command and Conquer. All right, he plays CLV. Now, I think will CLV draw him a card if I don't block? Because I already took damage here, and CLV says the first time you deal damage to an opposing hero each turn. I feel like this would see that I already took damage. Or does it work that it only checks since it's been in play? I'm going to say no blocks and we're going to find out. He has 4 cards in hand right now. Yeah, he won't draw. That's what I was thinking. We're gonna say no blocks. This probably would have been a really good turn to quick dodge flexors, but I like my hand. Is he's shocking me? Oh my god, and he's gonna mind warp me for 10. That's pretty gross. Was not expecting the mind warp. Yeah, that probably should have been a quick dodge flexor's turn. We would have gotten really good value off of our cards. Blast is pretty good here. Blink the sigil back to your hand. Oh no, he doesn't have the sigil anymore. It's well, this sigil. This one got destroyed. Gone in a flash. Playing another sigil. He's already at 5 amp. That's pretty good. All right, we are probably dead on the next turn. We could even be dead on this turn if he has a shock in hand. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Good games to the opponent. All right. We are going to look at the spoilers for the Maxx Armory deck. So if you are not a fan of spoilers, um, I won't read them out loud. So if you just want to put the screen, like if you want to minimize the screen that way you don't see them, I won't read the cards out loud, and then you'll know when we're done for the next game. And then if you are watching um, this after the fact, just know that we're about to pull up spoilers. So if you don't like spoilers, you can skip to the next game. So they're going to be going on the screen right now. All right. So again, I'm not going to read them out loud, but they're on the screen. You can see them. Okay. This is something that I've been asking for Maxx for a while. Um, I didn't like that the only thing that you could do was the one construct. So having an alternate seems good. I like that. Do we know what this is? Is this also revealed? What is this? Okay. Don't love this because you typically don't actually want to be playing hyperdrivers in your deck. Yeah, I'm not in love with this one. Uh, oh, okay. I'm gonna go back and look at that. Interesting. Okay. Let's look at the equipment. Again, not in love with it because you usually don't want to be playing these. Maybe that changes for, this deck, but I mean, just based off of what I've seen so far, like I still feel like you don't actually want to be playing hyperdrivers. Does this make you change that? I don't feel like it does. Because I feel like to get like really good value off of this, you probably want to be on all nine. And like the blues are so bad. But all right, next. Now this is good. This is really good. No, no, it's not. Because it says non-token. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like me and James have messed around with Maxx like a decent amount, and like every time you had to actually play hyperdrivers in the deck, it always felt awful. This at least gives you a reason to play the blues. Like the blues aren't nearly as bad, but I don't know. It's okay. I like that it's battle worn. That's not bad because then the effect is still active for the whole game. Okay, so looking at this card, and then when you do this, we need to look at this card. Right. I want to go back and read this one really quick. Okay, so you have to be playing Banksy. So you have to be playing Banksy. And now this line makes sense. Is this specifically looking at three or is it up to three? And three. So you'll have four cards under this. And then we already saw this one. Oh yeah, I can talk about these. We've already seen these. So Bank Breaker. Twice per turn action. One, activate. Activate only if you've cranked this turn. So it's just like Banksy. And then you don't have to, but you can banish one of the cards under it. If you do, the attack gets overpowered and go again. And then we've seen this one as well. Enters the arena with 2 steam counters. Start your turn. Destroy this unless you remove a steam counter. Wrenches get +2. So if you play this and you crank it, it has a steam counter. If you pitch to blue, you have 1 floating. You can then use that one on Banksy or Bank Breaker. You're essentially paying 1 for 5, and then you could try to do some extenders here. And then you start your next turn, you're going to remove a counter. It will still be in play for that turn. It won't go away until the start of the next turn. So you get 2 turns of bigger wrench swings. Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, they posted the gameplay for it too? I wonder if that video still exists. Because I bet you this is just going to go to a dead website. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about these, man. I'll have to play with it to see how it feels, but I don't know if I love it. Yeah, the gameplay video got removed. I don't know. I was hoping maybe like someone saved it or something. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I really like Maxx. I want it to be good because I think Maxx is really cool, but I don't know. And you could do so potentially. Oh, that's true. That's a good point, Caleb. I think it makes him better, but I don't think it fixes all of his fundamental issues. That's where I'm leaning right now. Um, it is all very cool. I don't know if it's going to be good enough. Like on the surface, this does not look as powerful as the Aurora deck looked. I guess like that's my biggest concern. But I do like having an alternate um construct that you're going for. Okay, we'll put the spoilers away and we will continue on with some Victor gameplay. I don't know. I hope it's good. I really, really like Maxx. Okay. Against a Riptide. Dustin 1624. I wonder if this is our local. We have someone that comes to our events that plays a lot of Riptide. Do I want to be on Sledge? Oh, he left. Okay. To be fair, there could also be some other good Met cards coming in high seas. That's true. That's true. There is a whole set coming for him. Against a Mario. I'm thinking just standard package here. Maybe the sink belows. Maybe the sink belows for like E-strikes. That does dilute our clashing ability though. But I think that's okay. It bumps him out from being unplayable, but doesn't make him top tier by any means. Yeah, I agree. I do hope he's good though, because I really like Maxx. I think he's such a cool hero. Coming in for 1. I don't really want to be marked, but is it worth a full card? These daggers are really annoying. Uh, I think Oh, or is this Dagger Mario? I think there will be more shenanigans to come. Mech is kind of a shenanigan class. At least it seems like they're steering it that way lately. I'm definitely for Mech kind of leaving the boost identity. I think boost is fine, but it just seems like for a while that was like the whole thing. Like if you were playing mech, you were probably boosting. And I feel like that gets really old. And it makes the class very one dimensional. Oh, why did I do that? I don't want Arsenal that. And it seemed like they tried to do some stuff in bright lights, but like boosting was still just like the best thing to be doing. So yeah, I hope that they can kind of come up with a different identity. It would have been really nice if we still had that choke slam in Arsenal, but I wasn't paying attention. So, are there matchups where you like to play over 60 in Victor? I usually don't. The only time that I really ever play over 60 is when I don't know what to cut. And usually it's just like I end up playing 63. I usually like to play a clean 60 if possible. Into like back in the day, I would maybe board up 63 to 65 cards into like the Guardian Mirror. But that was like when Bravo was more relevant and you really had a better chance of pairing into a Guardian Mirror. I feel like your chances of finding a Guardian Mirror currently are very low. Trouts. We revealed a test of strength. They revealed an infiltrate. We have a gold right now, so I think we're gonna bottom our card. Okay, so we still lost the first one because we revealed Rouse. But there is a Spinal Crush on top of our deck. He really just needs a way to generate an extra action point or two a turn for when he is on the mech plan. I agree. We know that there's a Spinal Crush on top of our deck, so this clash should get us a might. Into a Persuasive Prognosis. That's kind of annoying. Um, Banish the top card. So they won't be able to take a card from our hand. Banish the top card of their deck, then look at their hand and banish a card with the same color. So I think we're okay to let this hit us, because there's a red on top of our deck right now. Unless they layer this to get rid of the spinal first, which it looks like they did not. Oh, it was two reds anyways. Okay, cool. This is for 9. Yeah. Definitely needs a better way to generate action points. I don't feel like cranking alone is good enough. It works in Dio because she could play the cards off of the top of her deck, I think. But like having to keep the card in hand, play it, and crank, like it always feels a lot worse. Like especially when Dio has to do that, when there's not an item on top and she has to play a card from hand and crank it. Like that feels awful. And Maxx can only do that. So yeah, there needs to be something. We reveal the trounce. We are not going to reclash. These have been very, very unlucky clashes for us. He's going to give the attack +3. That is fine. There's not really anything that I can do about that. Is he gonna go to? Yep. Okay. So we will command and conquer him here. Discard an assassin card. Target assassin gets +3. If it has stealth, when it hits a hero, banish a card from their arsenal. That's kind of annoying because we really wanted to save this Spinal Crush. We might have to use our Crown of Providence here. Gonna give us the Arsenal card. It was a Persuasive Prognosis. If you could swing with the Bank Breaker a couple of times, then construct a new one to swing that one a couple of times. Yeah, I mean that seems like it would be a good game plan. I'm worried about them trying to steal our arsenal. I think we need to Crown of Providence this just to not let them have the value. And then they're just passing. Well, now this hand is terrible. Yeah, the bank breaker is interesting. It kind of sets up like a pseudo Hanabi blaster type end game where maybe like you pitch stack your the what is it like super clamp or whatever it's called, and then you play it, and then you go 5 overpower into 5 overpower on the same turn. Oh, I see what you're saying, Caleb. To like do it multiple times in a turn, so like potentially attack like 4 times. Oh my God, these clashes have been so bad. You're good, man. I mean those ones were already revealed. Like that's not that's not new information. If he buffs this and gets rid of our disable, we're not that upset. Does that first card have go again? It does. And it costs 0. You might be onto something, Caleb. He's gonna give it go again, and then he's gonna codex. Well, let's still just do this. Gonna flick the. He's gonna flick a clave at us. So he'll transform. He got funnel web again. Yeah, that could be interesting. I wonder if there's a way that you could set up like clamp into like swing, and then on the following turn, maybe you like pitch stack it so you can play a second clamp and then go bank breaker, play that card, bank breaker, and each of them would be for 7. It's a lot of setup. It's probably a bit too magical Christmas land. Yeah, you'd have to have 7 hypers. Like you could also set up the first one early and then like save it for later. But yeah, it's probably not the greatest. Um, so we revealed a Clash of Might, and they have an Art of Desire body. And then they're gonna play a CNC. I'm honestly okay with losing the disable. I feel like it kind of got stuck in my arsenal. Yeah, that's fine. This will come in for 9 off of the Might. All right, so they just take 3 there. We'll clash with them. Got a golden sun on top. That's pretty good. They're gonna hit us for 1 here and mark us. Utter Desire Mind. We can give up a card and then send the golden sun with overpower. Doing a decent job of keeping their life total low without us getting too far behind. Let's still take 4 here. Turn it into red back. +3, and then if it has stealth, go again. Leave no witnesses. I'm just gonna say no blocks. I stole a visit. We're gonna send the choke slam. We have the 2 floating, so we can pummel it if we want to. Otherwise, we can park it in Arsenal, but with the amount of disruption they have, I think we're probably just gonna rip it here. All right, they have the Fate, but I think we're still coming over for 3. So they're still going to discard a card. And we're still ahead on life. They play up sticks. Getting back a Clave. They attack with Clave for 5. We are going to say no blocks. And they turn into red back again. We are going to Tunic, visit. Hopefully we draw a blue. We drew a red. If we pitch this blue to the gold and draw a card, we'll have 1 floating. If we draw a blue, we can pitch the blue to the Rouse, reveal the 2 Crush the Weaks. We still have 1 floating. And then we'd have to pitch both of the Crush the Weaks to the Titan's Fist. Hmm. Oh god, that's awful. I think we're just going to Arsenal the sink below here. They have to respect this a little bit because most of their attacks are head jabs. Yeah, they get to block with the mask here, then become whichever Arachne they want. I think Black Widow is usually the best one, right? Hits a hero, banish card from their hand. So yeah, definitely one of the better ones. Oh my god, this hand is trash. So they need to have 3 reactions. They have Flick Knives, that's 1. Black Widow is 2. If they have Just Nick, they're looking at 3, 3, 5. So 12 damage. If I go block, block, I can cover 10 with sink below and then quick dodge flexors. And then try to sink this pummel for maybe a blue. And then we can try to Titans Fist them. We have to pitch the pummel to the flexors though. Trying to attack with stealth gets +3 and go again. So if they red back flick, it only takes them to 10. So we won't need to use the flexors here. And we found the blue for the Titan's Fist. So we're going to be able to arsenal this pummel. Back to Guardian. We never left Guardian. We did for a little bit, but I like Guardian. How do I feel about Jarl? Um, I don't love the deck. This text, a marked hero, the attack gets go again. It feels a little clunky. I know it's putting up like decent results, but I've just never been like the biggest fan of it. This is coming in for 9? What did he do? +4, +3, and it's 7, 8, and then it's attacking a marked hero, so it gets +1. That's crazy. We can go block 6. Um, block 6. I don't know. I kind of feel the same way I feel about Verdance as I do about Jarl. Like the deck feels a little clunky. Feels like it's missing a couple things. I like the hero, but it just doesn't feel good, you know? Like Victor feels pretty good when you're hitting your clashes. Get a CNC back. We can give him this and block 6. Our Titan's Fist is only going to be coming in for 3 because of the frailty, though. Yeah, I get you, Josh. Oh my god, they're doing it again. We do have a test of strength this time. They're also playing upstick, so currently they're at +8. We're not marked anymore. They're playing Clave. This is for 9. If we win this clash, we can also quick dodge. We did win this clash. He's probably going to follow this up, right? Maybe he doesn't. I'm a little worried about taking two because we're really close to Flick Knives range. I think I'm going to. Oh, he has piercing. Yeah, that's bad. We'll just take the two. Into an infiltrate for four. We'll just block for three and take the one. If we play visit, we'll have two floating, draw a card. If we draw a red, it would be pretty bad. Our turn would just be Titan's Fist. But if we don't play visit, then we can Titan's Fist with Pummel. If we pitch a blue for a gold, have one floating, draw a random card, use that one floating to play visit, draw a random card. If both are red, our turn just ends. I don't think it's worth risking, so I think we just send the Titan's Fist. I don't think the horse is dead, Josh. Honestly, Victor, like, he doesn't feel that bad right now in this meta. Enigma and New are probably the roughest matchups. You can try to rush down Enigma. I think New is probably pretty close to unwinnable. But with all the aggro decks running around, it doesn't feel that bad. He's blocking 6, 7, 8. So he's respecting the pummel fully. So I don't even have to make the decision because he made it for me. Slave for 1. The flick knives are gone. That's good to know. Um, we should have blocked that. He has buffs for daggers. It could have actually been pretty bad. Savor bloodshed coming for 6. So keeping 2 cards lets us present 8 damage with the pummel. If we block like here and here, this is only 7. So I think it's best to just block, block. We're at 1 though, getting kind of dicey. I believe we've seen all of our trounces. 1, 2, 3. There's 1 test of strength. 2. I think we still have 1 test of strength in the deck and 1 sink below. He's completely overblocking, so we don't even have to worry about pummel. I don't think you can afford to do that for too long because, like, now we have the spinal crush, right? Like, That feels terrible. Draw a card. All right, so we'll Spinal, and if he continues to like completely overblock, we'll just IP the sink below. He is blocking for 11, so if we did pummel, it would only be 2 damage, so we will not pummel. Macho for 8 dominate is pretty good. Could potentially just win us the game right now. He does have D-reacts, but we've seen 3 sink blows and we haven't seen anything else, I don't think. I guess there's inertia trap. Under the trapdoor, discard this banish trap from your graveyard. If you do, you may play it this turn. And it would be put in the graveyard, put it in banish instead. Okay. So he only takes 2 off of that. +3, Kiss of Death. Target dagger attack gets +3, and then when this hits a hero, mark them. We can only go +2. So we do take the 1 here and we're going to lose. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Josh. Um, Continuing to make him overblock, he probably goes to fatigue. Um, I forgot about under the trapdoor. I think that it's definitely correct to keep making him use his whole hand, and we probably end up winning that game. But that's just a learning experience. Vinset. I think we have to go first. They set up too much for us. I think we do want the null rune. I think we want the crown. The Crush Weeks aren't the greatest. The scars might not be too bad against them. Our clashes are also not the greatest into them. They have a lot of big attacks. So maybe we try to aggro them a bit, and then maybe we'll want snaps then. Should we be on this? Let's try this. I don't hate this hand. We can present 14 right now. We can go Rouse into E-Strike for 7, have no arsenal. So we get to leak damage turn 1, but not set up. Or we Spinal and then set up a card in arsenal. E-Strike and arsenal could give us a really big turn down the line. But then if they have something like the Widespread, that could be pretty bad. I think we're just going to take the 14-point turn while we can. Yeah, especially if they have 2 blocks. Ooh, they just took 7 there. I also know Assassin is a lot like Warrior, and if you give them tempo, they will kill you with reactions. Yeah, that's true. What did they do there? Read the runes? Let's play this visit. Get some might tokens. Hmm. We can send the Golden Sun now. If we pitch the blue, we're left with the Test of Strength. We don't want to arsenal it, so we end up IPing ourselves. So I think it's probably just pitch the whole hand. We will sack a gold. 10 overpower. Take another 7. Another Golden Sun to pair with these 3 mites is pretty good. Everyone's talking about new macro. Talking about like the Treasure Island macro. Banish Deathly Wail, Sonata Galaxia, getting Incantation. We're gonna skip the Rune Chance. Block here. There you will get a gold here. I don't want to destroy my gold because I need it for the Golden Sun, so I'm okay with giving them a gold. This one's for 13 overpower. Reduced to Rune Champ, pretty good. Taking another 7. I think they have taken 7 damage every single turn of this game so far. Shadow Puppetry. Hmm. We could potentially try to no block, play the visit off of Tunic. We'd be high rolling for a blue that has 7 or more attack. Because then we can pitch the choke slam, reveal the CNC in that card, go 7 into 6. If it's a red, then the turn's pretty bad. So I think we just use some of our cards on defense this turn. think we'll block this out and then just go to Arsenal to CNC. Hopefully he doesn't have a cull. It's gonna creep here, play Revel, and then just flail. That's fine. I'm okay with letting this hit because Revel's gonna make it. The rune chant's gonna get destroyed anyways. Where did that call come from? Oh, this is symmetrical, right? That's a pretty good hit off of the widespread. All right, we kind of need to win this clash and find a blue. So it needs to be like Macho Grande, Thunderquake, or Cranial Crush that we're winning with. Blue Disable is also a possibility, and Golden Sun wouldn't be the worst. You're ready for it because red line decks will get hurt. The macro? Isn't that only unlimited? AB0, AB0, and Clash. Please. Oh God, that sucks. They're gonna call us. We'll get rid of the belting. Here's another call. He's gonna call us again. Cool. We'll get rid of the choke slam, I guess. We can still send this CNC, but it's not threatening anything. It's just damage. But if we don't, we're not doing anything, so I think we just need to. He's getting pretty low. Took 6. Yeah, Josh, I think the macro is only for limited because that's how the Rosetta one worked. What do we want to do here? We'll block like this. It's gonna creep. Creeping a dirge. Get 3 value out of our rouse. Block for 3, take 3. We're just gonna pass. Just looking for an opening here. Shadow puppetry. One of this is unpreventable, so we're just gonna take both. So he's already getting his eloquence token. So we'll take two. He has the succumb. Took or debilitate for some reason. I think we'll give him tunic here. Doesn't mean this one will work the same way. You're probably yeah. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be limited only. I could be wrong, but 'I think they banned cash in because of this card. Just being able to start with the gold in play and cash in essentially just reads draw two cards. Five and three. Or is it four? Are there four rune chants or three? There's four. Okay. I don't like that it doesn't tell you because like technically there is a fourth one here and that's the one that's resolving. So like it looks like there's three, but there's not. That's fine. Block for six. Funeral Moon. That has go again? Yes, because he had an eloquence. Into Eloquent Eulogy. I'll take the one there. This isn't even lethal anymore. Man, that sucks. I feel like we really ran out of steam. Well, we get to present two instances of four here. It's giving us two cards on the scar. Let's refresh. Just make sure we're not waiting on us. and then send the Titan's Fist. All right, getting Tunic and a 2-block. Banished, tear through the portal. If he's just passing, that feels pretty good for us. He's gonna flail. Oh, I should pitch the blue for that, right? One, one block. And then we can still present 8 here. We do have to use the snaps on the Scar for a Scar, though. So this should take 2 cards, and then this should take 2 cards. He has a reduce. Ooh, but he didn't have a rune chant, so it still took 2 cards. And then I think he dies to Blood Debt here, unless he has another reduce. All right, good games to the opponent. Not bad. I do like the deck. I think that it has legs into the meta. It felt like we were going to lose that game, but we ended up winning, so that's nice. I just don't think I love these. I don't think I love the 2 Oasis Respites, and I don't know what I would change them to. I have a couple days to think about it, but I do think I'm probably going to be registering Victor for the Battle Hardened. I just need to figure out these last 2 slots. Um, all right. I think that's going to be it for me for Flesh and Blood. But I am going to probably stay on for maybe another like 45 minutes. I'm gonna play the Bazaar, which I know that like everyone's probably gonna leave that's watching right now, but that's fine. Um, I want to play something that I've been having a lot of fun with. So, the Bazaar is a new kind of roguelike, kind of auto battler that came out recently. I think it's technically an open beta right now, and I've been having a lot of fun playing it. And I don't know, I've been thinking about like hopping on to stream it for the last couple weeks, but I think I can kind of just tack it on to the end of the stream. So if you're interested in learning about that, you're more than welcome to stick around. It is free to play, so if it looks interesting to you, I mean, you can always download it. But I think it's pretty cool. All right, later, Josh. Let me just get this switched over really quick. Go and reset our counter here. Okay, let's see if I set this up right. So I should be able to turn. Oh, there it is. Perfect. All right, let me know if it is working correctly. It should be. I think I set it up right. Looks like my audio is still working. So currently there's 3 characters that you can pick in the game. When you download it, I think you only have access to Vanessa. Each of them do different things. So Dooley's like he's kind of like the mechanologist of the game. Has a lot of like gadgets and gizmos. Vanessa is very much like weapon focused, and then Pygmalion is he's kind of like the control deck. He has a lot to do with like properties and stuff. I'll play Vanessa just because I think that it is the most like new player friendly. So the way the game works is you have this rug right here, and you buy items to put on your rug, and each item has its own cooldown. So essentially, when you start a battle, like if an item has a 6 second cooldown, it's going to take 6 seconds for the item to go off, and then it's going to do its effect. And essentially, you are trying to build um, some sort of synergy on your rug of the items going off. And so, like weapons, once it goes off, it'll deal like the weapon damage to the hero. Some items will afflict like burning. Some will afflict poison. You can also get healing items and you can get shield items. And when you start a run, you get to basically pick between one of these things. So you can either start with extra gold and income, an enchanted item. So it's like a regular item, but has a special effect on it. Or you can get a skill. Skills are kind of just like passive effects that you can accumulate. Some of them are really good, some of them aren't that great. With Vanessa, I think I like taking a skill. So Slay the Spire 2, I can't wait for that game. I wouldn't mind streaming that either. I love Slay the Spire. If you like Slay the Spire, you honestly might like this game. I'm going to take Improved Toxins because if we can get some poison items, having +6 on them would be pretty good. So the way the game works is this is your income here. I have 5. So at the start of every day, I'm going to get 5 gold for free. I start with 8. There's 6 hours in the day. So this is hour 1, and I can choose one of these stops to go to. Hour 2, there's going to be another 3 options. Hour 3 is going to be a fight against an NPC. And then it's shop, and then you fight against a player's ghost. And I'll go over that in a second. That'll be the end of the day. Once you finish that fight at the end, it starts over again, and then I'll get my 5 gold. I'm going to look for small items. There's a couple poison items that are small that would go good with my skill. This is a shielding item. I'm going to re-roll the shop. You can only do this once. And I was hoping to find poison, but I didn't. So let's just go ahead and pick up a couple weapons to try to get better for one of our fights. So that was the end of hour 2. So now we're fighting, and I can fight any one of these. These are all pretty easy because it's the first fight of the first day. So honestly, you should be able to beat any of them. I'll fight the pyro, and you'll see the mechanics here. So this line is building up, and then once it gets to the top, each item is going to activate. So once it gets to the top, I'm going to gain 10 shield. Once this one gets to the top, it's going to burn him 4. And when this one gets to the top, it's going to deal 40 damage and then slow one of my opponent's items for 2 seconds. That skill's not bad because I did pick up a fire item. So the way that the fire works in the game is when this goes off, it's going to deal 6 fire to them, and they're going to take 6 damage. And then every half second, it will tick again, but it's going to tick down. So they're going to get 6 burn, and then in a half a second, it's going to go to 5, and they're going to take 5. And then another half a second, it's going to deal 4, and they're going to take 4. So burn is really good if you can stack up a ton of it really quickly. If you don't go fast enough, all your burn's going to fall off. So because it ticks every half second, this will go away in 3 seconds, right? Because every half second goes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This goes off every 4 seconds. So this alone won't stack burn. But if I can get this above 8 burn, it will slowly start accumulating. If I can get more burn items, they all kind of start stacking on top of each other, stop on top of each other, and it can really like melt your opponent's life total. Let's go to let's get a free weapon. Poison is similar to burn, where it's stackable. It will not decrease, but it only it only poisons every second as opposed to every half second. Burn gets blocked by shield, so if they stack shield, your burn does less. Poison goes through shield. Let's check out the non-weapon items because those would have poison items, but there is not one here. I'm going to re-roll and try to find one. No luck. Okay, so now we're going to go into a player fight. And this is going to be a player that had previously played. So, Josh, I'm telling you, man, this game is so much fun. So this is a player that had previously played, and essentially what it does is every time you play a game, it takes a snapshot of your board at the end of every hour. So like when I go to fight this person, the game is going to save what the items that I have in play and the skills I have in play. And later on, someone can run into my ghost and fight them. So it's not actual PvP. I'm not actually playing against this person right now. They had a previous run, and I'm going to be fighting against the items that they previously had. Might have to type this game out for me. Yeah, I got you. Here, let me see. That's the name of the game. I think we're going to lose this fight, by the way, but that's okay. Here, I'll even put there's the link for the website. All right, so we lost that fight. The way that you win a run is you need to win 10 fights against players, and that's what this tracker is here. When you play in ranked, these bigger ones will unlock chests if you get there. So like if I go through a run and I only get to this one, um, I would get one chest at the end of the run. If I made it here, I would get two, and then if I made it here, I would get three chests. Chests are like loot boxes. They have different things that you can get. They make some of your items animated, so I don't. You can barely tell on this one, but like the ribbons are kind of flowy. This one, the light is kind of shiny. The pearl is a little shimmering, but like this image is just flat. So these you get from chests. And then you also get gems, which later on can be used to purchase new heroes as they come out. So you need to get 10 wins. If you lose a round, like I just did, you're going to lose your prestige, which is like your health, equal to the day. So this is day one. So I lost one prestige here. So I'm now at 19 out of 20. So this is gonna, accumulate. So on day two, if I lose, I'm gonna lose two prestige, and then I'm gonna lose three. So if you are on a losing streak, you're gonna run out of prestige very quickly. Once you lose all of your prestige, you get resurrected, and you can essentially choose between three options to try to buff your power, and it gives you back one prestige. You can only resurrect once though, so as soon as you reach that point, like you need to win out, or else the next time you would die, you actually die and your run ends. Really, really trying to find a poison item here. Another burn skill is not bad either. So again, uh, we are just under the point where we can start accumulating burn. We need to be at 9, and we can stack one at a time. Let's see. We need poison. Let's go to the jungle runes. There's an option here for me to get a free silver tier small item. Maybe we can get a poison item. We do not. We're going to fight against another NPC here. I don't feel like our build is very strong right now, so I'm going to take one of the weaker ones. Now that we're out of day one, it's going to give you like a super easy fight, a medium fight, and then a really hard fight. And then you'll gain experience depending on which one you choose. So like these two will both reward 2 experience, and then this one's going to reward 3. That's that blue dot there. This is your experience. Once you fill it up, you'll get to choose between um, a reward. Sometimes it's like you can choose an item, sometimes it's you can choose a skill, and then sometimes you can level up items. It depends on the level that you are, and it tells you right here what you would get. I don't feel like we're very strong, so I'm going to take the weakest fight. If we can pick up a poison item, our build actually gets pretty good here. Um, the item on our right is an ammo item. So it has these two pips here. Also, this one is an ammo item. So every time it gets used, it uses one of the ammo, and once it's out, it will stop going off. So we've used up our ammo on both of these. So currently, these are the only two items that we have going off. We haven't gotten to the sandstorm yet. So the games won't just go on forever. After 30 seconds, a sandstorm will start and it will deal accumulating damage. I think it's every half second. So it'll deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it builds up really fast. So if no player has won by then, it will usually kill the player with the lower life total. Sounds like you are doing a dot build, poison and burn. That's what I'm trying to go for. I really need to find a poison item though, because this skill, like this is really good if we can find one. Let's go to this guy. Maybe he has one. Okay, here we go. Not the best one, but it is decent. So it's going to get +6. So every 5 seconds, we're going to deal 9 poison to them. And again, poison doesn't tick down. It just damage ticks slower than fire. This lighter is also really good for us because it would get +4. So let's get rid of. Actually, we don't need to get rid of anything. We're going to take our worst item, which is probably this stinger, and we're going to put it in our backpack. You have 10 slots here that you can kind of store excess items, and then we're going to buy this lighter. So now with these two, we should be able to start stacking burn. And we will end. Oh no, we still have one more hour after this. Let's check out another shop. Nothing crazy here. Oh no, I think it is the fight next. Yeah. Nothing crazy. We're gonna re-roll. Maybe we can find. We can't afford any of this. We only have 1 gold. We'd have to sell a lot to be able to afford any of this, so we're just gonna pass. All right. So now I feel like our build is decent. So we actually might have a chance of beating this guy. Yeah, you should check this out, Josh. If you like roguelikes, if you like Slay the Spire, if you played Hearthstone Battlegrounds or Teamfight Tactics at all, this is very similar. But it's like different enough to be interesting. All right, so he is able to stack up a lot of shield between these two shield items, and then this will buff his shield items. So our burn is actually not going to do much here, but poison goes through shield. So we currently are stacking up poison against him, and that's being dealt directly to his life total. These are also scaling heal though, so unfortunately we're still going to lose that. Our burn is not ticking fast enough to counteract the healing that he has there. So we just lost 2 more prestige. I don't have a lot of money, so I don't really want to go to a shop. I can gain some free life, or I can get a free non-weapon item. I'm probably going to do that. We'll just end up selling that later. All right, so we just leveled up, so now we get to choose one of these rewards. I can either get gold, I can get a loot item, which usually it's like when you sell this, you get a small beneficial effect, or I can get a free bronze tier item. I think I'm just going to do that. Use other weapon or haste. Charge this 2 seconds. Probably just going to sell that too. Go to the small item guy. Try to find more poison. Let's reroll. All right, here we go. We're gonna buy the lighter. So we already have a lighter. So when I buy this, they're gonna combine and it's gonna upgrade from bronze to silver. When you do that, it shows you what the upgrade is here. So instead of burning 1, it's gonna go to burn 2. And then it's getting +4 off of my skill. This guy, when you use an adjacent item, it gains haste. So haste is it ticks essentially twice as fast. So it's haste 1. So for 1 second, it's going to tick twice as fast as normal. So essentially, it would be, what is that, a 6 second cooldown instead of 7 seconds? So we want to put this next to our fastest adjacent aquatic items. So the pearl goes off in 5 seconds. The catfish also goes off in 5 seconds. So now every time these two go off, it's going to haste this. And I still don't think we're strong enough to beat the toughest guy, but I think we can go for the middle one now. The nice thing about shield is when you have shield against burn, when the burn ticks, you only take half as much burn damage, and you can have any amount of shield for that to work. You can have one shield, and if I have 100 burn on you, you'll only take 50 damage. But then the shield gets used, and then you're going to take 99. So shield is a decent way to counteract burn, and again, poison goes straight through it. We're gonna get a free small burn item. Pop snappers, these are just gonna combine. That's not the worst. Um, so we're probably too poor to afford silver items because they get more expensive the better they get. So this will give me the option to upgrade a bronze item. And I think we probably want to upgrade the jellyfish here. So it has to be my leftmost item. It says upgrade your leftmost bronze tier. So now when an adjacent item goes off, we're going to haste 2. All right, let's see if we can win this fight. So this is a very damage-focused build, whereas the other one was stacking a lot of healing and armor. We actually might have a shot here. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. We do not have a shot. That was rough. Okay. So we lose 3 more prestige, so now we're down to 14. We really need to figure out a way to start winning some of these fights. I think I want to upgrade this pearl, so we're gonna get that upgrade hammer again. And then I can either choose to upgrade another bronze tier item, which I don't think there's any that I would want to upgrade. So instead, we're going to get a bronze tier skill. These are good. So these will give plus poison. So now this will be dealing more poison damage. Um, Tools are good, but he's expensive. So we're going to get a free haste item. Just put that in the bag. This is just a little bit more damage on the board, and it does burn. I know for a fact we can't beat this guy. He does a lot of burn damage really quick, and we don't really have survivability. But we can probably beat this one. So we should be pretty decent at stacking up a lot of burn really quickly. He's already at 52, and he's also at a lot of poison. All right, this is looking better, but we're missing a couple pieces, I think. Let's go shopping and see if we can find what we're missing. So the fishing rod says at the start of each day, get a small aquatic item. That can be pretty good because we can pick up potentially like another jellyfish. We can pick up a duplicate pearl. Usually, you can't duplicate items because if you would pick up another item, they combine. Because I have a silver pearl, if I go to a shop, I won't be able to find anything that's not silver. It will only offer me the upgrade. So, like, I can't find another bronze one to then start upgrading that one. But if you are able to generate items, so like at the start of each day, get a small aquatic item, I could potentially find a different pearl. And then if you're able to duplicate items that way, sometimes it could be very good. Pearl says whenever you use another aquatic item, charge this 1 second. So instead of it going off in 5 seconds, it goes off in four. Essentially, as it's charging, when you use an aquatic item, it will jump forward 1 second. These are all aquatic. So like if you can find another pearl, they see each other going off and they go off a lot faster. So we're gonna hope to try to find maybe some duplicates off of the fishing rod. It's a little slow because it only happens at the start of every day, but it's possible. We're gonna go to the dunes here. And we're gonna pay 5 coins, and we're gonna give our leftmost poison item plus 2 poisons. That's gonna go on this thing. So really stacking up a lot of poison now, and we'll see if we can win this one. Looks like he's also on a burn build. Oof, that's a lot of damage from that grenade. Nope, we just cannot win. So down to 10 prestige. We're basically halfway to death, and we have no wins right now. Not the best run that I've had. Like, clearly, we're not winning. If you have a vehicle or large item, reduce this item's cooldown by 50%. We do have a large item. Cost 16 though. I think it's worth it. So I think we're gonna get rid of this. And we need to get rid of one more thing to fit this on the board. It probably has to be the seashell. I think it's our worst item. So we'll pick this up. And what this does is every 2.5 seconds, normally it's 5, but because we have a large item, the cooldown gets reduced by half. So every 2.5 seconds, it's going to haste the 2 items next to it for 2 seconds. So that means that this will go off every 1.5 seconds. So the burn will stack faster. And then this says every time it gains haste, it gets +1 poison for the fight. So it's going to go off every 2.5 seconds and it's going to scale the poison. We can't afford a reroll because we only have 1 gold. Get a free skill for leveling up. When you poison, your weapons gain +5 damage. We have no weapon, or I guess the trebuchet is technically a weapon. Um, that actually might be okay. Because this should be going off pretty fast. We're gonna choose the mountain pass, and essentially you get 4 options here. You can get 2 golden experience, 5 gold. You can try to find a fight, but you don't always, or you can spend 1 gold to increase your income by 2. I think we need to try to find a fight. We need to try to catch up a little bit. We're a little bit behind. So you see, when these are hasted, they're going off faster. Oh, we almost lost that. We had 16 health there. All right. Can we beat this one? I think we might be able to. It'll be close, but I think we can. We need the extra experience and gold that he'll give us. It's a decent amount of burn and poison. We should be good. Yeah. We'll just keep shopping, trying to find some upgrades here. The puffer fish is interesting. So every time I haste, you charge it 2 seconds. I think it's probably better than the trebuchet because I'm hasting here and here. So it'll see each of these separately. So every time this goes off, essentially this charges 4 seconds. And then every time either of these go off, this is getting hasted. So it'll charge another 2 seconds. So this should go off pretty fast. And we're going to put it on the left to get the buff from this because it should be going off faster than this does. Let's take a silver tier item. So adjacent items have +2 max ammo. This is an ammo item, so that's actually not the worst for us. We're gonna go to Curio. Curio sells a lot of junk, but there are some items in here that say like when you sell this, your poison items gain like +1 or your burn items gain a buff. That's none of these, and we don't have gold to reroll, so we're gonna sell some items and try to find one here. So now we have 8 gold. We didn't find it, but we found the rocket boots. And the rocket boots, when you sell them, your leftmost haste item gains an additional second of haste. So currently, this is hasting 2. So now it's going to haste 3. So these 2 items are going to be hasted even longer now. So right now, when this goes off, it's hasting them 2 seconds. So there's a small window where they become unhasted, where they're waiting for this to activate again. But now that it's 3 seconds, these should be permanently hasted. And maybe we can win a fight now, but I doubt it. It's like he's a burn build too. Oh, we got rid of the large item. So this is actually, that's actually really bad. No, we lose. We lose. We needed the trebuchet in play for this to have a 2.5 second cooldown. Um, guess we'll keep shopping. Sure, we'll combine those. We'll combine those. So if we don't win the next fight, we're going to lose all of our prestige, and then we're going to go into the revive event. Just take some free gold. This guy is very hard. There's no way we beat him. We have a chance. Good amount of poison. All right, we're good. I think we need to try to find another fight. Again, we're still a little behind, so. Oh, and this guy actually drops poison items, so we could potentially get something from him that helps us. Yeah, this is definitely one of my weaker runs. We tried to force a poison build early and like just didn't find the items for it. I also don't play a lot of Vanessa. I usually play Pig. All right, so that's not that bad. When we sell this, it's going to buff the pufferfish. So I get one extra poison on there. Upgrade a silver tier or lower item. Hmm, or need a silver tier skill. I think we just want the skill. Weapons have plus poison +2 for each weapon. I don't have any weapons. The first time you haste, freeze one item 3 seconds. Freeze essentially does what it says. For 3 seconds, it can't be used. I think we're gonna re-roll this and try to find something better. Leftmost shield +30, I guess. Another fight. We'll take it. Same guy. We beat him last time, so we should be good this time too. Another power sander. All right, so here's our player fight. So we really need to win this. Otherwise, we're in a pretty bad spot. If we hit the revival event, we essentially have to win 10 in a row to get the full run. We're not playing in ranked right now, so technically there's nothing on the line. Like if I lose this run, like it doesn't affect me. But if I was playing in ranked, like that would be really bad. Looks like he's also doing a burn poison stacking build. We're building up a little faster than he is, but he has healing, which we don't. So he's staying alive, whereas everything we're doing is trying to apply poison and burn. So this is the revival event. So you can choose between a free diamond tier item. It's random. So you could get something really good, could get something really bad. You can get 20 gold and 5 experience. So usually that's enough to kind of push you over the level up and then enough spending money to try to find something better. Or you can get a random enchantment. Usually that tends to be the best. So it'll give you a random option that you can choose from. So you can give something celestial, can't be frozen, slowed, or destroyed. If you don't like that option, you can select a random option. And you don't know what it is. It's going to bring out this little altar here, and you don't know what it's going to put on it. So you kind of just have to see what it gives you. So it gave toxic. Normally, if you put it on a non-poison item, it will give it, X amount of poison. But if it goes on a poison item, which this was, it instead just doubles the poison. So now this is applying 40 instead of the 20. We need a little bit of survivability, so a free shield item could be good for us. It's okay. What did we get off of the fishing rod? We got a seaweed. Seaweed's actually not bad. We might use that. Let's go to Curio again. Don't need any of those. And don't need any of those. So we can get slow, crit, or gold tier. We're not really slowing and we're not critting, so let's check out the gold ones. When you haste, your items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. We do have a decent amount of haste. But I think that builds up too slow. So let's reroll this. Buy a weapon, permanently gain 40 max health. This also gives my ammo items 2 ammo, so we can get rid of the cannonball. And then we can put the seaweed down. I think we might be able to beat the gold one. It's a burn build, maybe not. Losing to an NPC doesn't do anything. You don't get the rewards, but if you're able to lower their health enough, each time you kind of pass one of these things here, you get gold. So like this guy's worth 4 gold because there's 4 of them. But if I were to lose, I just wouldn't get any item at the end and I wouldn't get the experience. Sells haste items. Could be good. When you use another non-weapon item, which is every item on my board right now, charge this 1 second, and then you haste a non-weapon item 2 seconds. A lot going on. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's just like learning any new game though, right? Um, I feel like even Slay the Spire is just like when you first played it, it's just like what is happening? What do all these cards do? But once you get like a few rounds under your belt, I think it's pretty fun. Mm, no, I think we're just gonna lose here. I don't think we're strong enough to beat this player, so this will probably be the end of our run. Oh yeah, this is a full weapon build, so they're very fast and very aggressive. Whereas we take some time to apply all of these to them. They are definitely just rushing us down here. Yeah. This is probably like the best way to build Vanessa is with all like full weapons. Usually it's just like a bunch of really small weapons that go off fairly quickly. So like this is 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. And then like some of these other ones, they get charged when you use certain items. And you basically just rush your opponent down. Vanessa, she's kind of like the aggro deck, essentially. It's not a card game, but like she's the aggro deck. She wants to try to win the first 10 days. So essentially go undefeated. The longer you go, because of the prestige mechanic, like you can technically make it to day like 15, 16, right? The longer Vanessa goes, the more her power tends to fall off. And then certain other builds that scale really quickly give her a lot of trouble. So an aggressive build like this is looking to just win the first 10 days and just be done with it. But yeah, that's it. So it will say that we had an unfortunate run, which is true. We didn't win one. It'll give you a little recap, and then yeah. So if we had one up to here, we get a chest. If we had one up to here, and then if we won here, only in ranked though. But yeah, that's the game. If you're interested, it's called the Bazaar. I would recommend checking it out. I think it's super fun. I play it a lot. It's probably one of the most fun games that I've played recently. I've played a lot of Slay the Spire. I've played a lot of Balatro. I love both of those games. I think I enjoy this one as much as I enjoy both of those games. But yeah, maybe when Slay the Spire 2 comes out, I can stream more of that or stream some of that. And maybe I'll look into streaming more of this. I know it'll be less popular just because I have a lot of Flesh and Blood players that watch me, but I have fun with it. Yeah, Josh, let me know what you think. Let me know if you like it. I think it's super sweet and it's free to play. So like, what do you have to lose? You know? All right. That's going to be it for me tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know we lost a lot of viewers when we switched to this, but I just wanted to do something fun for me. I am going to be playing in the Milwaukee Battle Hardened this weekend. I'm probably going to be registering Victor. When we go live next week, I will let you guys know how we did. Hopefully, we won the whole thing, but we'll see. All right. You guys have a good night.